Hey guys, it's Kine. Alright, let me explain. So I have spent this past day here at home completely bored out of my mind. They canceled all my classes at my university. So I thought I would do just a silly little sewing project today. As you can see from the title, I'm going to show you guys how to make a little DIY face mask like this one. Oh my god, what crazy times we're living in. This coronavirus is way bigger than I ever thought it was going to be in the beginning. Markets are crashing. I've lost gigs because of this. And look, I'm not a doctor. I don't claim that this little piece of thing is gonna protect you from anything. Doctors are saying social distancing and proper hygiene is what people need to be doing, but this protects my vanity. And that's the most important thing right now in this world. It's really easy actually. This is the mock-up I made out of muslin. And then this is another one I made out of this leopard print that I had lying around. It's a great way to use up scrap pieces of fabric so you can stop stealing these from hospitals and people who really need them. This is the tutorial for you if you want to dress up as a sexy nurse, rob a bank. Let me reiterate one more time, this is not a suitable replacement for a surgical mask or a real N95 mask. I would never make that suggestion. This is a serious crisis that we're dealing with and it's no laughing matter, okay? Anyway, here's how to take coronavirus but make it fashion. Okay, so I'm gonna show you my pattern if you want to copy it fully or scale it up or down an inch or a half. This is all including a 1/2 inch seam allowance, by the way. I start off with a 6-inch line for the bottom and I'm using a curved ruler to make slight curves. And then a 6-inch line going up is gonna be going from your chin to above your nose. So that should be the most curved of all. From the other side, I'm going up 3.5 inches in a straight line, and then I'm connecting the two top edges with a convex curve. And if you don't have a curved ruler like this one, just freehand it in this general shape and you'll be perfectly fine. So this is some silver glitter fabric on a mesh backing. I got it for a dress I wanted to make, and this is some of the scraps. Fold it right sides together and then just cut out your pattern so you make two identical shapes. And then you want to do the same thing on a lining fabric. You can use the same fabric that you used for the outside for the lining, but if you want to be extra and use glitter or sequin or something like me, then you want to choose something softer and more comfortable for your lining. Connect the two right sides together and then sew a straight stitch with a 1/2 inch of seam allowance along the 6-inch curved edge that goes from the chin to the nose. It should look something like this. And I'm going to top stitch it to make the seam lie a little bit more flat and clean, meaning you push the seam allowance to one side and then stitch down very close to the original seam, like a 1/16 of an inch away. And this forces the excess seam allowance to lie flat, so it just looks more clean and more neat. Do the same exact thing with your facing fabric. It's a bit harder to see the thread here, but the steps are the exact same. Then place the lining and the facing right sides together and they should fit just right. And we're gonna sew a straight stitch all along the top and the bottom. So I'm just pinning things together here, making sure it looks exact, and then get to sewing. When you reach that cusp at where the mask is on the top of the nose, stop sewing, lift your presser foot, and then pivot around the needle to get a neat looking corner. And then go all the way to the end. And on the bottom, just do one smooth line. Again, all of this is with a 1/2 inch of seam allowance. So now I'm cutting away some of that excess seam allowance and I'm gonna trim it down from like 1/2 inch to a 1/4 inch. And this is especially important at that cusp, that sharp corner, because you need to cut away the excess fabric so that it'll be possible to turn this fully inside out. So turn it inside out via the side edges and then pop all the corners out to make it look nice and clean. Even give it a quick press with an iron to make it even cleaner if you like. And then the last step is to insert the elastic to go around your ears. So fold the sides in towards the lining fabric by like 3/4 of an inch and then sew it down, and that should leave an opening to thread the elastic through. You'll need some thin braided elastic, and I'll use 8 inches on both ears, although if you want a really tight fit, go down to like 6 or 7 inches or even less if you have a smaller face. Hook it onto a bobby pin and use that to thread the elastic through the hole, and then sew the edges together to create a closed loop, and then just thread the end into the hole to hide it, and same exact thing on the other side, and then you're done. It's that easy. Alright guys, this is the finished result. Now you don't want to be wearing this with a full face of makeup on underneath because you're just going to get the inside of it very dirty, but I'm just the model for it, so I'm willing to make that sacrifice for the sake of fashion. The great thing about this is you can do it in lots of different styles, lots of different fabrics. I would probably recommend like something like more stiff, like a cotton, a woven fabric that has some weight to it so that it, you know, keeps its shape, because if it's stretch, it's kind of flimsy, kind of matte. Sorry. But the great thing about, that was why I needed this mask. The great thing about doing this in fabric, I mean, probably not this glitter fabric, I don't know what I was thinking, but if you do this with any other fabric, you could throw it in the wash after every use, so it's reusable, which is great. It's environmentally friendly if you're using fabrics that you already have. Look, I've never thought that drag queens were life-changing people. We're not out here saving lives. We're not doctors. We're not teachers, firefighters, engineers. We're just making people happy and having a good time. And I know that for lots of you guys, myself included, it's not the safest thing to be going out right now to all the local drag shows and to the bars and the theaters and the concerts and all the places that we'd like to be going. So I hope you guys are entertained by this stupid little video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Would you wear this? No, not for you. Be sure to also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at onlinekind for the latest in my schedule. But until I see you guys next time, I hope you're all doing well and taking care of yourselves and staying safe. And I hope you guys all have enough toilet paper. Bye.